back to the next episode of Waifu Wars. I am that cute little warrior fighting in Valhalla, Doo.
And I am that demon dragging you down to hell, Sobroni.
And welcome back to the Waifu Wars podcast, where I talk about all things anime, the good, the bad, and the weeb, but not your waifu, because she is trash. What's going on, Oni?
Nothing much. How's it going, Drew?
I think now that summer's coming and I can feel that summer's coming, my body can feel summer's coming, my heating system can feel that summer's coming. Because this whole week, the temperature has been fairly the same, like 40 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
And now it feels like, I don't know, my house is really warm, to me at least. It's really warm to me. Like, there's been several days where I almost broke out in a sweat. I streamed once without like wearing a sweatshirt, and y'all know that's very rare for me.
No, Drew, don't show too much. That's for the patrons only.
So yeah, it's been very warm. But yeah, other than that, I've kind of taken it a little easy this week. Like, emphasis on little, because bitch, I'm about to go right back into it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so many life things to do, so many, but I'm just here doing the best I can.
Yeah. As we
Okay,
all are.
right. Also, not so much a reminder to everyone as a reminder to Oni and myself. We also have to get started on our taxes.
Yeah. That's fun. The fun part of being an adult. Taxes.
The fun part of being a content creator. You know how simple this would be if that was not the case?
Oh yeah, I would just click next.
It literally would just be like W2.
Mm-hmm.
And that'd be the end of it, but it's not that simple for us.
No,
but
unfortunately.
That's what we signed up for. All right. I said no, we're done with our news. It's time for the reviews.
Yeah,
we didn't start the news. Right, exactly. That was just the news about our lives. But as always, we're going to start this podcast off with our news segment, This Week in Anime. You can go first.
All right, I have some bad news on my end. The character designer for Code Geass, Gagagar, and other anime has passed away, Takehiro Kimura. Unfortunately, Kimura passed away on March 5th after battling amyloidosis. I can't pronounce that. But
amyloidosis?
Yes, what Drew said. But yes, Kimura was the character designer for a ton of popular franchises. Gao-Gai-Gar, which I remember watching when I was younger. Better Man, Dirty Pair, Brigadoon, Gunsword, and of course, Code Geass. And of course, if anybody remembers anything about Code Geass, it's that the character designs really were a big part of the show. Like, woo, okay.
Kind of low-key made it.
Yeah. So Kimura was obviously a fantastic character designer. He did a great job, and his designs will live on in anime history. So, rest in peace.
Yes, rest in peace. All right, that was the news. Goodbye. Excuse me. On my side, some slightly more hopeful news, some better news. 2 Year Eternity anime gets 3rd season. Yes, the official Twitter account for the television anime 2 Year Eternity manga announced on Sunday that the anime will have a 3rd season. The account teased that Fushi's journey will continue through the new season's This World arc. The last episode aired on Sunday. So yeah, I haven't watched the season finale yet, but this man, I literally cannot reiterate how good this anime is. I literally
I
cannot.
feel you
It
can say
is.
that about so many shows I have to catch up on. Because I start to watch Summertime Rendering.
That is also. Damn, it's like, well, which one of these prioritize? This or Summertime Rendering?
Well, no, definitely Summertime Rendering if this is getting like a billion episodes. So,
Girl, this is only second season,
it's
but yeah, no,
third
it's fair.
season. It's getting a third season.
To be fair, Summertime Rendering is twice as long,
Yeah,
so it's the same.
enough.
So it's the same size. Oh no, actually, that's not true. No, I lied. I lied. No, you're right. Finish Summertime Rendering. They're both.
They're both long.
Very. No, Summertime Rendering is just like normal, like 20 something episode. Yeah, no, this is just, man, it was just really good. What I say, no, if I had to go into my head, I had to pick which one I'd want. I'm leaning towards this only because Summertime Rendering, as well executed as it is, and it's so pretty and so beautiful and all this and that, it's nothing new. It's something we've seen multiple times. It just does what that thing is very, very well, more than most anime. To Your Eternity, this is just like some new shit. Like this that new, okay? It is just amazing. Like this season in particular, like I understand like the first one is like, yeah, stuff's happening and it takes a while. It takes a minute, even though it's like it never feels boring because it had pretty good setup. Very good execution, decent pacing. Season 2 is just like, it's just one of those things because it's like we're already in it. We already have, like, we could take off the training wheels and just kind of see where everything is going now, and then just from there, everything just gets flushed out. Yeah, they just do so many weird, fascinating things that just came together in such a wild way. In this, like, I watched episode 19 either it was last night or the night before. And I was like, oh, nope, we're not about to start crying at like 1 in the morning and being in our feels. And yes, I know you're aversion to it because it's like, no, I don't want to be sad.
Well, that's the like. I just not that I don't want to be sad. It's have to be in a very specific mood to want to watch a sad anime. Like, it's not like I could just be like, oh, time to put on a really depressing show and just watch it for 20 episodes.
I would say season one is definitely yeah. So at the start.
Yeah, because I've only seen the first episode, and I saw the first episode. I'm like, oh nope, not watching this.
Right, I can't even lie. Season one is that's season two. I think it's offset by the fact of like, hey guys, death is going to be a very common theme about this series. Period.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like a show where it's going to be if somebody dies.
I feel like you'll get used to it. I want to say you're just gonna get used to it. And
I can only get used to it if there's a good amount of comedy or like lightheartedness to offset the depression. Like that's why I'm okay with Made in Abyss, because it's like, for as depressing as Made in Abyss is, it's also really stupid like half the time when it's not being depressing.
I wouldn't say it's stupid. I would say it's just so interesting. It's like, I don't know, they use death in such a good way. That's not just like, we're not always, it's not the characters are always like, oh my god, these people died. Time for me to just about it. Like, just be sad about it. Oh my god, death. Like, that's not I mean, it happens sometimes, but it's not, especially season 2. Like, we don't, like Mama, we have more important things to talk about. And yeah, season 1 is just like, season 1 is more sad, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like the sadness has a reason. Like they use the grief in a very powerful way that just makes this anime so fucking good, as opposed to just like a pointless sob fest of just like, oh, life is suffering. Like, no, there's a lot of purpose in the suffering, and I don't know. By the end of it, at least to me, it feels kind of cathartic, if anything.
Well, I will definitely watch it at some point. Probably not next season because next season is like ultra loaded. But when we get a downtime period, I will watch
Girl,
the summertime review.
that's okay. It's your loss, but also it's not going anywhere. Yeah, everyone, if you start watching or you thought about starting it, it's very good. It's just, yeah, it's very good, and it's one of those anime where I like it because this show is it's very centered around the concept of death. Like it's not gonna be on some hardy har like we like this anime or this not anime. We like this character, therefore they're gonna be safe because plot armor. No one's safe.
I mean, I like plot armor sometimes.
Yeah, that's not happening in this anime, except maybe the main character. But you know, that's for reasons.
Damn, I wasn't a big fan of the main character.
I think you're definitely like you're like in the second season. I can understand how you feel, and you're like other characters
that will die.
That'll be around. I mean, you'll understand why that is. It's like with the main character. It's just okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna say anymore. You just have to watch and understand. Like you'll get it, and then you can't be that mad about it anymore.
We'll see. I can find reasons to be mad.
I mean, you can. It'll be like it'll be a little silly. Fair. No, I'm just saying. All right, now that we're done with the news, it's time for our weekly reviews, and we're gonna start off with Vinland Saga Season 2, Episode 9.
Yes, the trauma episode.
Right, the trauma. It was very much. It wasn't. It was good. It wasn't quite. What was that anime where they just nailed it so well? It wasn't quite Violet Evergarden. There you go. Yeah, it was quite Violet Evergarden. Right, that was like a master class.
Yeah, that was like how to just dismantle a character and rebuild them.
Mm-hmm.
Tear it down and build it back up.
Right, like they didn't know. No anime did better than that. Not even this Vinland Saga, and Vinland Saga is really good.
Yes, but
next,
aside from that, it did a really good job. Not counting.
Yeah, no, they did a good job. The imagery.
Oh yeah, the imagery was very this episode.
Yeah, that they did better.
I feel like this low key could be a horror. Like it's like if they wanted it to be, they could make like and that's a really cool concept. Has that ever been done? Like a Viking horror? That sounds dope, actually. Wait, let me write that
Girl, down. We're still
Norse horror.
We're still stuck on doing Vikings. I don't think.
But the way they like showed the Vikings like as demons, kind of just like relentlessly killing people and chopping them up, and like all their faces looking like demonic and torn apart, was very very good imagery.
Yeah, very very scary. Ascalon comes back. I mean, in the dream sequence, but Ascalon comes back.
Well, that's the only way he's going to come back, unless they get the dragon.
Yeah, and then he's just like, "Yeah, Thorfinn, kind of have to deal with the fact that you like killed all these people."
Which I do like that they're addressing. You know, like I think this is the right amount. Like I don't like when characters have like these long arcs where they're just like, oh, I did something bad and I have to live with the regret, and it'll go on for like 5 or 6 or 7 episodes. But I feel like in this case, they're actually doing a really good job of like making it interesting and not repetitive, or like I can actually feel Thorfinn's kind of like struggle, and it like reflects itself in how he's currently living his life. Like he's afraid to even confront the like, we know Thorfinn could totally just kill everybody on this farm and walk away, but he doesn't want to because it's all this like they're doing a good job of keeping it interesting.
Yeah, like the whole, I love when they're like, okay, now this new battle starts, like it's within, that's kind of that's kind of how it works. It is an inner battle to not kill people, because mama, I had that battle more often than I care to admit.
You have an inner battle not to kill people?
Oh yeah, people are the worst, and you just gotta really fight the urge to not go to prison.
Well, in Thorfinn's case, there's no prison that he has to worry about. So,
I mean, if he kills anyone,
well, who's gonna put him in prison?
What's his face? Not Snake. Snake can take him in a fight.
I don't know.
No one else can. Oh, maybe. What's his face's kids? Kettle's kids. Miss Kettlepot. His son.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, Miss I have a necklace of the years.
Actually, I feel like he's gonna get killed by Thorfinn. I feel like, because he's a fighter, but I don't think he's as strong as Snake. I think he's just like a basic, normal Viking dude.
Probably he's giving that.
He's giving mid-boss vibes. Snake is giving like, I'm the final boss, dude, and the other guy's like, I'm kind of like the guy before the final boss that just
right. Thorfinn somehow makes a pledge to not fight, and I'm like, girl, yeah,
that's not gonna take over under the last one episode before he fights again.
Right, I'm like, you should pledge that you'll try hard not to kill,
because the retainers are pissed now that the landowner took basically the slave side.
They are. I love that, because after they ran away like a bunch of bitches, excuse me, they're like, you're gonna get punished for what you did. Remember. And then they forget that Kettle is a secret bitch. So he likes the slaves because they're even good, and more importantly, because their retainers got caught. One of them dropped their buttons.
Yeah.
So he was like, we're just gonna say someone tore it up and no one suffers for it. Mind you, if I was, and that's why Kettle's still a secret bitch, because I'm just like, I would have been like, yeah, you destroyed property on my farm, so what's your punishment?
Yeah, bitch? Like, you destroyed my harvest. That's like money you owe me now.
That was right. That was money that was going to me, and you destroyed it just because they're slaves. So what punishment should we have for you?
Exactly.
Of course, he won't do that because he's a secret bitch.
I wonder if they're gonna do a mutiny.
It's giving mutiny. It's giving mutiny at any moment. It's giving mutiny at any moment. That'd be
maybe so they team up with his son. Like, his son realizes he's a secret bitch, and he's like, "Wait, my father can't be the owner of this farm if he's a secret bitch. Let's overthrow him."
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of what a lot of the season is leading up to. I thought we'd get there already, but apparently, I guess this season's we're just gonna be stuck on this farm. It's giving The Walking Dead season 2 or 3, whichever one they were on the farm. That one, and basically we just have to wait till Shane does what Shane does. If you know, you know. I don't know. Some of y'all may be too young for that.
Yeah, or not interested in Walking Dead at all, like me.
Or that part. I don't know. Basically, Shane was like the kind of crazy cop who was just like, I don't know. He was such a good character, because I wouldn't say he was like, yeah, we're in a new world where blah blah blah. But he was like the first one to kind of understand like this is our new reality,
Mm-hmm.
and we gotta work through it. And he wasn't being gentle about it with anybody because I think around season 2, they were like, no, we like, and this is wild. This is wild to think about. They were still not killing the zombies, especially if the zombies were like relatives of theirs.
Stupid.
That is dumb. Yeah, you're right. And Shane was like, "This is also like this is the real world. We just have to do this."
If I ever become a zombie, you have permission to kill me. Don't just stand there and let me.
I don't need your permission. I'll kill you regardless.
I will fuck you. I'll make sure if I become a zombie, I'll eat you first.
Why are you mad about it?
Challenging me.
Challenging you to do what? You're trying, zombie. You're trying to
challenge me to a duel.
You can't challenge me to a duel as a zombie. You're a zombie.
Well, that'll be the duel. Who kills who first? Hopefully, I become one of those like runner zombies or like a big ass zombie.
Oh girl, if you're a runner zombie, I'm not worried.
From like Resident Evil 4 zombies or some shit. Have a chainsaw.
No, okay. See, what? I thought you just went from you have permission to kill me to like now I want to be a zombie.
you took that permission too quickly.
I want you to kill me too if I'm a zombie. Hello. Like, yeah, you don't need my permission. Just do it. Girl, if anything, if I'm by in and you see me about to like turn, just
God, I feel like if there is a zombie apocalypse,
pop me once in the forehead before I even turn to a zombie.
I'm gonna get like a paper cut and just be like, oh my God, he's bitten, and just shoot me.
Not a paper cut. No, this bite that's just like one straight line down, fatal, die. But yeah, I don't know how Shane came up, but well, yeah, because Shane was very much like the catalyst to start all the shit, like the whole breakdown of like, oh my God, we're all nice and trying to do this, and he's like, nah, fuck all that.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I feel like a lot, no, I wouldn't say a lot of them. Most of them kind of still escape together, and yeah. I won't spoil it for you. I'm just gonna say it doesn't end well for Shane.
And that was our review of The Walking Dead. I mean,
thank you very much. Yeah, I think that's all we have to say about Vinland Saga. You have anything else to add?
Nope.
All right, let's move on to Nagatoro Season 2, Episode 11.
Yes. The dating episode, well, the pre-date episode.
Right. The lead up to the date episode, the ask her out episode, mm-hmm. the Bucho looking like a baddie episode.
Yes, or her bunny helmet.
Right. I'm gagged when Orion was like complaining about the breast. But first of all, they were still ginormous. So
not big enough. I will not stand for this censorship in my
right. And then we saw how big they were in the manga. I was just like, understandable. They said we don't know how to animate this. That's probably what it was. It was just an animation issue. Like,
listen, every extra centimeter adds like $10 to the budget. We can't afford this.
Listen, especially with the episode that we did last week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Bucho, and especially with her her interactions with Hana.
Mm-hmm.
That's the name of her cousin, right?
Yeah,
Hana. So funny. They are they are very like I said before. They're very similar, but just different enough.
Yeah, I like their synergy with each other. It's like Hana's they're both cold, kind of like cold, not cold. I don't think that's right.
Not cold,
but like is awkward a better word? Like
Yeah,
they have a
like
very, they're very
that
stoic. They're very stoic.
very stoic and yeah, very stoic and yet very intense.
Yes, but Hana's more like, or like the president's more like stoic and mature, and
Yes,
Hana is more like stoic but like
lots of
also quirky
energy.
and yeah, full of energy.
Yes, very energetic. uh, the asking out scene was that was funny. It was really funny to watch Nagatoro keep shooting herself in the foot.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like this precedence of her being such a dick to him in season one. It's like it's really hurting her in season two.
Yeah, he's like afraid to ask her for anything and just assumes her default response is gonna be like, "Creepy loser, I'm not hanging out with you."
Right. And at first I'm just like, yo, don't be a bitch about it. Like I can't even say that. Like in his defense, that's all she did season one. So he's 100% justified feeling that reaction. However, I will say, if you're gonna ask her, just ask.
Yeah,
He was like, do you maybe want to go to me? I was like, that was a little hard to watch.
just a
I don't
bit.
know. Yeah, because I'm a very when it comes to stuff like that, I'm very straightforward,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like if people, yeah, the kind of guy I'm into, or the kind of person I'm not into is a person who will talk around something instead of through it. That has become such a turn off for me. So so seeing him doing that
So you
was
wouldn't
rough.
date senpai, is what you're saying? He's not your type.
Not not remotely. Not even no. Only if he was like maybe if he was like taller and like thicker, then fine. Cause like
So like tall, thick, and shy.
yeah, that's a sweet spot of mine. Yeah. I yeah. I really yeah. Yep. And he's not that at all, so it's a no for me. Um but I mean eventually, they have that little fun back and forth. When even to a point where he's just like, no, I can't go, I gotta go.
Mm-hmm.
I almost felt so bad for him, but then he gets over himself and he's like, "Will you go out with me?" Or no, he didn't ask that. He says, "Do you want to go see the Penguins next weekend?" Excuse me. And she says yes in a very cute way. I love how she ran up and then just gave a really cute face.
Mm-hmm. Nagatoro
Um,
had some cute faces this episode.
yeah, wow. Oh my god, when he was like trying to guess where she would want to go to, they said the horse races, and she has like that wild face on. Oh my god, wild facial expression. Or one eye literally looked like she's about to have a stroke over losing the horse bets. That was great. Um and yeah, so once he asks her, everyone's all like about it, very invested. She sings the chemo
Yes, the
sound
chemo
song.
dance.
I was really tempted to make that a sound effect. I'm really, I still am a little tempted to make that a sound effect. Chemo. Um, Let me see. Oh yeah, and then Sunomiya's reaction, of course, is great. She's like, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Like, the
I
same
like.
music,
She's like a really
right?
good wingman slash hype man.
Yeah. Yeah, I like her. I mean, we can all tell that she was never trying to get with him.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I like that they didn't like decide to, like, haha, let's split up his attention between two women. No, I'm fine with this. I'm very happy where she takes like the wingman, the support spot.
Yeah. So.
Um, but what happened and correct me if I'm wrong, because I may not be right, because at this point I had to like my mom was calling me because she like lost her phone. She just left it at home, and I was kind of helping her look for it a little bit. But it seems that Tsunomiya and Bucho,
Mm-hmm.
I think they're under the impression that Nagatoro's friends are trying to set them up. We're trying to set up Nagatoro and Senpai to do the naughty. Is that what's happening?
I
I think
don't
someone's
know.
trying to protect his virginity.
Well, so
I remember
Nagatoro's
that.
friends are trying to protect his virginity because they think Nagatoro is just gonna like use this date
Okay,
as an
so
excuse to fuck
them.
him.
Okay.
And then Hana and President are trying to think that Nagatoro's friends are like just trying to spoil their date in general.
Okay. That's what's happening. First of all, not Nagatoro's friends trying to cockblock.
Yeah, what the fuck?
That's wild.
This is like, is this you, Drew? Is this what your strategy was?
Oh my god, I've never done that before. I've never blocked you
This is
ever.
true.
I can understand.
Oh no, Jeffrey might get it.
I will accept that I've never been the best wingman, but I've never cockblocked anyone ever. I'd be the first one being like, "Oh my god, yeah, this is great. Fucking have fun."
Fair enough. Yeah, they're going extra.
Yeah. Very, very interesting. So I'm looking forward to next episode. I'm looking forward to the actual day itself and all the hijinks. Really excited for that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's move on to Bofuri. Season 2, episode 7. That's right, bitches. They're back.
Bofuri's back.
Bofuri is back.
What?
And it starts off very
It's like it was never gone.
right, it was never gone, and a little silly. Federica immediately is like, "Hey, I trying to do to a fight," and I thought it was actually gonna be like a fight, and Sally literally just killed her in like 5 seconds.
Yeah, that wasn't surprising. I'm like, oh yeah, Sally's getting to the point where she's just power creeping Maple at this. Like they're about at the same level.
I don't think so. I don't go
like,
that far.
I don't know. Maple is like what Maple is defensively, Sally is offensively.
That is fair.
She has like super speed and crits and all this crazy shit.
I mean, you say that, but in this one episode, Maple kind of just literally, she like nuked this boss by herself. Like Sally hit him once, and then Mabel's like, "Nope, yeah, hold my drink, girl. I got this."
Laser
cannons. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know, because Maple seems almost just as offensively capable.
True, fair enough. Well, either way, together they are unstoppable.
That part is true.
I like that that one song got played so many times this episode. Like I like the song, but I'm like every 5 seconds.
Every 5. No, they did a different one at the beginning. Like the first montage was different, and then they played the other one at least like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I peeped that as well, and I was just like, oh god, all right. But this anime is very montage heavy.
Yeah, we need some kind of music in there.
I'm not mad at this choice at all. Do I wish they would choose something different every now and then? Sure, but it's a good song.
Mm-hmm.
Good background music. So yeah, they find some keys, or they're on a quest to find some keys for. Well, that doesn't say for whatever reason, but the reason is explained soon enough. Apparently, they're showing like a map, and who explains it for them? Kaede? Yeah. Is it Kaede or Kanade?
Kaede.
Kaede, yeah. Kaede explains like, oh yeah, you found You kind of found a map. That's like the secret civilization
I'm the map. I'm the map.
people who always own pets, which I think that's really like a cool concept to put in a game in general.
Well, like a secret civilization of pet owners.
Yeah, like it's like good world building. It's
Yeah,
relatable to like the pet system that you're implementing.
it's nice of them to give a backstory and not just be like, "Yeah, go catch animals in the wild."
Right, exactly. At the end, right. So, which they could have totally gotten away with because it's just like this anime is not exactly what I would call deep.
Yeah, no, but it's a nice little detail.
Yeah. Also, in the third boss, when she's fighting the once again, where I mean, I guess Sally helps a little more.
Mm.
The wind boss,
The wind
uh,
boss. Which one was that one?
the one where Maple gets blown away, literally
Oh yeah,
the
yeah, that's
first,
what.
yeah, that one. What outfit was that?
Yeah, I don't know. Is that like a new
Okay, I'm glad
transformation?
that was just me. I was like, I've never seen this before, and why is she wildly just
I guess it was.
spraying
It must
whatever
have been a
attack that is?
machine god transformation or whatever, because she had that giant gun.
Right.
So I guess that just is another evolution of it that we're just gonna skip over because she has so many variations and evolutions now. At this point, it's just
Yeah.
like, ah, it's just another one.
Yeah. Also, and I know, and this is just me nitpicking.
Mm.
Let's make it so that it's not just it's not just like, oh, this boss took literally the whole armory, and then this other boss, it just takes Maple wildly waving her machine arm to like erase 75% of his health, its health. Keep it consistent.
Yeah, the scaling is a bit weird.
Yes, and I didn't understand. Like I didn't get that. Like I said, it's a small thing, but I noticed it.
Hmm.
Um, the ruins where they found like the puddle, the puddle, the magic puddle. The ruins where they found the magic puddle is that was so pretty.
Hmm.
That was really pretty.
The show actually has a really good like set design or like scenery and
Mhm.
stuff, background design. I guess. I
Yeah,
wish
it's
we got
definitely
more
one of the
time to
stronger
explore
parts.
those areas.
Yes, and they're like, "Well, listen, bitch, we designed all these concepts. You're gonna, you're
Yeah,
gonna see it. You're gonna
I
get
feel
a,
bad for the
one thing
background
about this anime,
designer.
you're gonna get a montage, and you're gonna see it. Okay, bitch."
Imagine being a background designer, being like intricately designing like this whole fucking area and shit, and they're like, "All right, great, we're gonna put that in 5 seconds in the montage." Like, can they explore it? No, no, no.
Yeah, no. Um, yeah, and then the pets got an evolution. They dipped the pets in the water, and Turtle evolved into some grass petal thing, and then the one tail fox screw got another tail.
Yeah. What was the
Yeah.
turtles? What was the turtles buff? It just got like a flower on it or something.
It's got flower on its head, like a flower too. It was actually pretty funny and still very cute. It's like, yes, I got a hairpiece, bitch. Like I'm here, and your favorite could never. I'm that bitch. And I'm like, okay. I said, all right, Miss Maple. Sorry, Miss Maple, Miss Syrup. You looking cute or whatever. Wait, hold on. I'm going back to it because I want to see what it is. I feel like that was so cute. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, and then they also explained that, of course, somehow that that whatchamacallit it, that only these two could evolve their creatures because they had them long enough, which I guess that's fair. I think they just wanted, even though I feel like they did that just so they could be special.
Yeah, it was just like,
Yeah,
they happen to have their creatures longer, so they evolved.
yeah. These also syrup has like it almost looks like those are ears? Question mark.
What, the flowers?
Yeah, like syrup almost looks like syrup grew ears now. I'm sure there's like just leaves on its head,
Weird.
and then grew a flower on the top of its shell. Yeah, that's it's a weird design. It's definitely a weird design. The other one is definitely
Yeah,
doper
I
between the
prefer the
two.
fox.
Yeah, same. Yeah. But yeah, so they had that advantage. I guess we're gonna see how apeshit broken they're gonna be in the event, which is gonna start next episode. So excited for that.
Same.
All right, let's move on to Kyokou Suiri season 2, episode 11.
Yes. Yes, the arc that will not end.
It's episode 11. It's not episode 11. It's
It's
episode 10.
10.
Excuse me. I was looking at Nagatoro. Yeah. And the gag is I'm ready for it to end. I'm
Yeah.
so ready for it to end.
I don't know why they picked this one to be the longest one, but it has like literally the least interesting characters
Yep.
and the least interesting plot line. Like, all right, the woman was murdered. Okay, cool. Like all the previous two arcs were so much more.
I don't understand. I'm so
interesting
confused.
with better characters. Like the old lady was really cool. Obviously, Yuki Onna is bae.
I'm like, you can't have this series that revolves around the I don't know if it's the occult, but around spirits, and yet this final arc is kind of removed from it because it's just the bunch of humans who are just sitting around talking
Yeah, like the supernatural element hasn't even really come into play
at all. And I'm just like, no, the show kind of needs that. I see what the show is without it, and it's just a bunch of people talking, and it's nowhere near as interesting. And I'm just like, oh god, please stop. It sounds like they're going to get into it next episode, but I feel like it's just gonna be more talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's literally to a point where I'm like, I almost don't even want to talk about this episode.
Because nothing really like she came up with her theory of what happened, which is suicide. Which, by the way, is a cop out. I feel like that's the cop out.
Yeah, like,
solution to the mystery.
Guided her to suicide. Ergo, it's his fault. I'm like, girl, no, that's
no.
No, right, exactly. Like, yeah, I'm a little disappointed in the writing for this arc. It's usually a little bit more stronger and a little less BSy than this.
Mm-hmm.
This is me nitpicking. I don't like the voice actor for Kwon's dad. Sorry, not Kwon.
The one on the phone, right?
Yeah, for Leon's dad. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't like him either. He didn't sound. I feel like
I did not sound like his dad. Didn't the voice was too raspy.
Yeah,
like that voice sounds more like a guy that you would meet at a bar with like a goatee, smokes, like drinks.
Yeah, it didn't really feel like it
I didn't put him
belonged.
at all. Not one bit. I was like, this is bad voice casting.
Yeah, I like the voice itself. It just didn't like.
Really good. It's
Yeah,
just not
it just
him
didn't fit that character or that scene. I'm just like,
at all. So yeah, the direction, voice acting direction it wasn't good in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
I would say. Also, it was really weird hearing them talk about their grandfather. Like, I don't know, they talked about him like he wasn't like a member of their family at all. That was kind of weird. I mean, given the fact that apparently they're just him and the mother were just kind of awful people.
Mm-hmm.
It's giving Umineko just a bit.
It feels like budget Umineko.
Yeah, budget Umineko. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they're just like Denjiro-san. And I'm just like, you mean your grandpa? Like I almost forgot. Like I'm like the way he talks about him, I almost forgot that they're related.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, it's like this arc is so fucking weird because they're still really trying. Like they're really trying to convince the audience that they're like, yes, they were so justified in all of us wanting to murder our mother. And I'm like, you're really not though. I'm so confused by it. Like it still makes no sense to me.
I also don't like that the mother doesn't really have a character, you know, like she's just like even this episode, they're just like, oh, she was just a puppet.
It's just budget Kinza.
Yeah, but at least Kinza had personality and was like, whoa, man, this woman is just literally like, I mean
by budget Kinza.
Yeah, this woman is just like, oh, she just exists to be killed.
Right, I'm just existed to be. My character existed to make everyone's life terrible, so they have a reason to want me dead. Like, there's nothing really nuanced about her, like at all. Yeah. I mean, they kind of added like just a skosh of depth when they said, "Oh, well, she was kind of brainwashed by her dad, so that's why she was like a terrible person for everybody and everything."
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I just felt I don't know. I just feel like the writing for this arc is really weak.
It is. This is definitely the weakest one.
Everything. It's good that everything relates to this series in general. And I'm just very confused. Very, very confused about it. But
damn, and it's likely this is gonna be the only this. It's gonna go 2 more episodes because it's a 12-episode series, right? Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Damn it.
Ended. I think it's gonna end, and we can just go our separate ways. And then Kotoko was like, "No, I'm gonna force you to acknowledge that there are spirits involved in there. Something supernatural is involved in this." And I'm like, "Oh, can we not gotten to this point sooner?"
Literally, the first episode.
Right.
I feel like this should have just been a 1-episode arc, like a super mini arc. Like she shows up to the hotel to talk to the owner. Guys, like I killed my wife, and that's how it happened. And then she's like, actually, yeah.
I would give it like 3 episodes. 2, if they make it 2, even better. All right. Let's move on to the last anime of the night, Nier Automata.
Nier Automata.
1.1. Version 1.1a, episode 7. Yeah.
Which is my episode of the week.
Yes, so same.
So I hope you brushed up on your Play-Doh, because that was basically this episode.
Nope, but
yeah. Welcome to Philosophy 101, Nier.
I know. The only time I said, "Oh God," Only's about to be like, "Well, here's what I learned when I took this philosophy course."
Yes, my college philosophy course comes into handy for once.
And that is fair. All stand to learn a little more. I love the beginning with Adam and Eve again because I can just smell Eve's eventual rebellion.
Oh yeah, again. It's gonna be sweet. I never got this far in the game, so I don't know what happens, but I can just sense.
Right. He's like, "Yep, I promise. I'm just gonna stand right here." I'm just like. I'm like, so when is he gonna start lying about this?
Yeah.
Now or later? Or did he already start? Who knows?
I like how Adam is like super pretentious and like not crazy, but like super pretentious and like overbearing, and then Eve is just like, I just want to play games and have fun.
Exactly. I'm just like, ooh, I wonder how those different personalities are gonna come to a head. Mm-hmm. So this episode, the Sisbot, I call it the Sisbot. I don't know what else to call her. I don't think she has a name. The small Sisbot. I call her the small Sisbot because she is the younger one, even though she's huge.
Mm-hmm.
She went to the kingdom, quote unquote, to help her other sister because the other sister said like, "Oh no, my arm is kind of falling off."
I hate when that happens.
Yeah, girl, same. So, Pascal and Oler's spot freaks out, and they're like, "Oh my god, 9S 2B, please!" And that whole asking scene was
That was
so
wild.
ridiculous.
We kept glancing over.
Like, please, and then you got over, and you just see her like just smacking her head on the ground, like her just throwing a total tantrum, like just flipping out.
Oil coming out of her eyes.
Right. So that was funny.
I hate how much of a dick 9S is.
Me too. It was just like, oh, girl, you still hate these bots like that. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but
still,
it's just so weird.
How can you
because
hate Pascal? Pascal is.
It's just so weird because he's so like. That's why you understand what I mean. Like he's the Waka of the season.
He's like so nice and
this
carefree.
Is
Everyone else.
This is literally Waka. This is literally my same. Everything was so fine, and then we talk about Albed, and he hits us with these damn sand blasted monkeys. Like, and the same thing's happening here. Like, he's just like, oh my god, do we have to really do all this stuff for these life forms? Like, oh, they're just machines.
And I like how 2B is the one who's
right. She's the reason who's just like, no, let's just do it. And she's really nice about it. But of course, 9S, this is the beginning of what I assume is his redemption arc. Where, because 9S is saved by Pascal, because they get to the kingdom, they're like looking around, and they cross this bridge, and the bridge gives out, but Pascal saves him the last second, and he's like, wow, maybe robots aren't so bad.
Maybe I'm the problem.
Yeah, I don't think we're there yet.
By episode like 12.
Right. So they find little Spot, and then she finds some random guy who found her, and they're like, "Oh yeah, by the way, we want to get married." And at first I was like, "Oh my god, no, she's like too young," and I'm like, she's a fucking robot. Whatever. Like, sure.
The age of consent. She's probably like 400.
Right. So yeah. And then they're like, "Oh my god, save the little prince of this place," which I think through memory I want to know how they reincarnate. Well, not reincarnate.
Yeah, I was wondering about that too. Like, did they actually create them?
Yeah, do they? I guess they create the robot baby. And maybe perhaps their bodies get I don't know. Maybe their bodies get. They just because it's a thing about like, oh, we can replace. There's a conversation saying, oh, we can replace any body part. Basically.
Oh yeah, in the beginning, yeah.
So maybe they just like, haha, we'll build you like a baby, and then I don't know. I guess we'll teach you intelligence like a human. Because at this point, I just assume after they wiped out humanity, they just kind of start replicating them.
Yeah, I like how every episode's kind of like this new dimension of what it means to be human that the robots are showing. Like in this case, it was like they established their own country and what it means to be a country, like a citizen and a king and a monarch and a ruler and all that stuff. Yeah. So, yeah, I guess they just made a baby and they're like, oh yes, this baby shall be our next king.
Yeah. I'm like, what do they do with the other king? They just kill it? They just kill it?
The other king just stopped working? I don't know.
Right, exactly. That's another thing I was interested. I was thinking about. So yeah, they're like rescue. They're like, yeah, rescue the little prince, and then they find the little prince, and then unfortunately they kind of don't make it in time.
Actually, I like how the show makes me feel sorry for them, even though it's like right. I mean, I guess that's the point. Like, they're not human; they're robots, but you're supposed to. They're so human-like that you feel the humanness from them. So it's like, oh no, they killed the baby, and I'm like, oh wait, but it was a robot.
I was like, yeah, I wasn't like in my feelings about it, but I was like, damn, no. I was upset. There's part of me that was kind of upset about it.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Come on, 2A.
Yeah, like the fuck, you kill the
Your
baby. Why?
sexiness can only get you so far. Don't.
Right.
That made me slightly peeved. Stop murdering innocent babies.
And then she's just like, oh my god, people who are not just like androids who aren't trying to just slaughter the machines indiscriminately. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, why did you leave? Why are you on the run? And then she's like, the traitor at the command center, which, no shit.
Yeah, obviously.
Right. I mean, you can kind of, from the fact that, and of course, 9S is also smelling something fishy because he was like, hey guys, about that, remember that variant, that very powerful variant that we had to run from because he was going to kill us, obviously? So what did we learn about that? And they're not telling them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, and
I just like I can't wait for the episode where they find out that like, oh yeah, remember these things that wiped us out? Yeah, we kind of made them. Teehee.
Yeah, I think so. My theory is that I like how we got this far because now I don't know what happens. Like, I actually make theories.
Yeah.
I think what the thing is that the humans are dead, and the androids that were like the robots were the first set of, I guess, robots that were made by the humans to protect them from whatever. And then the androids were probably either made by the robots. Maybe that's the twist. Like, maybe the robots were made by humans, and then the androids were made by robots. So, like, because they keep trying to mimic humans. That's deep. Wait, I don't know. Really?
I mean, they maybe. I think what happened is I think they're humans and robots are capable of making androids. I think humans know how to do it flat out, and then robots eventually just learned because they
mimic
yeah,
everything.
they just eventually learned how to do it as well because they just kind of copy humanity.
Yeah, and I like that whole little talk that they had in the beginning with 9S and Pascal, like, oh, what makes something a thing? Like, what makes a bird, or like a robot a robot? And that all pertains to the whole messaging of what makes a person a person.
Exactly. Yeah.
Very deep shot. I'm surprised that they got a lot of these themes through from the game. Very good, right?
I mean, I feel like these are the main themes from the.
Yeah, but you know how low my standards are for video game adaptations. So the fact that it's this competent, I am shocked.
Okay. Yeah. 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 All right. Is there anything more to say about it?
I got nothing over here.
Yeah. No, I think that is it for our weekly review, and that is also it for our podcast on If You Be a Deer, and take us away.
Guys, if you enjoyed this episode of the Waifu Wars podcast, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe so you catch it every week as it goes up. If you haven't already, do follow us over on Twitch, follow us over on Twitter, and join the party on Discord, all linked in the description down below. If you're a channel member or patron, or you're thinking about becoming one, we will be having the new season anime poll up sometime soon, like in a couple of weeks maybe, where you guys get to choose an anime for us to watch next season. So if you want to vote in that poll, you know what to do. And Drew, do you have anything you'd like to add?
The summer solstice. Daylight savings happened, so now we're getting some. Yes, fix your clocks, y'all. So sunlight is here. When I tell you, it was so amazing. Looking around, about to eat dinner, and the sun was still out. Or the sun was kind of starting to set. Not it was, but it was. I think it was just overcast. But yeah, it was not complete pitch black by like 5 o'clock. That was nice. So everyone take advantage of that. Time to touch some grass a little bit more as weather gets warmer.
Yes, indubitably. All right. In that case, I'll see y'all. This has been Sobroni and
Ruby.
We'll catch y'all later. Later.
Bye.